Greetings, citizens. This is Lieutenant Commander Mr. Everything coming at you with an important announcement from the UEE Navy. The 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron, the Lions, is recruiting. Be a part of something great. Join now. We are looking for new and veteran players. The 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron is a UEE Navy carrier-based squadron. If you're looking for a disciplined, well-trained unit, join now. Not only do we want combat professions, but we need first-person marine experts, merchants, miners, salvage. All professions are welcome in the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. Our mission is to protect the UEE and its citizens. Join the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. Expected missions would be anti-piracy, anti-smuggling, fleet protection, search and rescue, convoy escort, bounty hunting, exploration, mining, salvage, asset protection, cargo hauls, to name a few. Join now and see the galaxy. We have an organization page on the RSI website, as well as the forums in Spectrum, and we have our very own Discord. Role-playing is encouraged, but not mandatory. The galaxy awaits. Join now. Whether you're casual or competitive, we're looking for committed players. We're based on a World War II U.S. Navy Air Squadron theme. Our focus are carrier-based craft, with our primary being the Sabre. But all ships are needed and wanted in the squadron. We would like to have a wide variety of ships to allow all kinds of gameplay. Visit now your local Navy recruiter and join the 1st Naval Aerospace Squadron. The squadron is growing. Visit our recruiter at robertspaceindustriescom/orgs/1NAS to become a member of something great.
Give me a couple of seconds. We're going to get started here in just a minute or two. Game's still loading, as you can see. I want to talk about medical gameplay. There's been an update. I also want to talk about ballistic weapons because there's been an update. And I think there's been an error. So let's, okay, good. I'm in the room. Let's go ahead and just leave that the way it is, because I plan to be doing a few things. Okay, come on. Oh, I'm probably not clicked on it. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm going to Alt-Tab out of the game, and I want to see if I can bring up the launcher. Crap, clicked on the wrong one. Okay, RSI. There you are. You can't see it until I do this. Give me a second. Bam, there's the launcher. Okay, so in the launcher, there is now, for me, 3 options under games to choose from. One of them is live, which we're playing, and that's what I plan to stick with. But there is 2. They got the PTU, which we all know is running right now. It went to various parties, and if you want, you can play in the PTU. It's 431, right, which is a going to be the next patch. They put it out in the public test universe to let people jump in and check out all the new hotness, right? So you get to check out the new missions, you get to check out the new ballistics, you get to check out the new medical gameplay, you get to check out basically anything that's coming out in the next patch. Downside, you have to install the game a second time, so it takes up double the space. Also, it's not complete. They haven't finalized what is and isn't going to be in the world. They sometimes make changes to, like, they'll release it and then they'll realize during the PTU that people are complaining, or they love it, or they don't like it, or they think it could be done better, or whatever. And then they make tweaks and changes, which that's exactly what the PTU is all about. Get in there, try it out, give your feedback, right? Okay, so far so good. But there's this new thing here, tech preview. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've never ever been in a tech preview. I always thought the PTU was the tech preview, but I also, in the back of my mind, if I know anything about programming and CIG and the way they worded things, the tech preview is something that is down the road, like they're going to try out X or Y or Z way down the road, and they put it into the tech preview so that it doesn't impact the player base, and they allow a certain small group of people, like the Evocati, or maybe their internal playtesters, or maybe some content creators or whatever, into the tech preview just to hear what they have to say about it. I've never been invited to the tech preview, and seeing that, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. If I wanted to jump into the tech preview, I could. I'm sure I would have to install the game all over again, and I would have 3 versions of the game on my computer. But I'll tell you right now, I've deleted the PTU. I don't have the PTU on my computer anywhere. And because in my mind, what I'm thinking is, I don't want to play around with something that might or might not be in the game. I don't want to be spoiled by information on a mission or something like that. That, like, I'll do a mission that has absolutely no consequences because the PTU is not live. And then, like, I will have, and this has actually happened to me a couple of times, I'll be perusing YouTube and I will see that there is a player showing off the PTU, and I'll immediately turn off his stream. I do not want to know. I do not want to be spoiled. I don't want any of that. And it would be the same thing with the tech preview. I don't want to be spoiled. Now, I understand the tech preview is kind of like only for testing purposes, and so is the PTU supposed to be, but I don't think I want to be involved in that. And that's why I've loaded live. You can see the check, right? That's what we're playing. And so if I see a stream of somebody in the tech preview, or if I see a stream with PTU build running, I'll immediately turn it off and I won't ever go back because I don't want to be spoiled. Okay, I'm looking at the FPS. I guess it's okay. I base my gameplay server usage based on the FPS that I am receiving. Okay, I see that we're having an issue with hydration. We're going to fix that issue right now. Did you hear that machine gun fire? Do you hear it? I hear it. I'm gonna drink 2 of them. Why is my health only at 99 and not at 100? I'm still not at 100 on hydration. I just drank 2 of these bad boys. %. Put the helmet back on. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, medical gameplay. Let's talk about that real quick. Since I just had to perform some medical, like, bandages, there's been a change. For those of you, now remember, this change is only in the PTU because this medical, what would you call it? Feature, the one they're implementing, is not in the game yet. But I hate to I don't like the FPS. I'm switching. I am switching. The medical gameplay is going to be a step in the right direction. Okay? It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to resolve every issue, but it's a nice step in the right direction. So I'm not going to complain about that. Okay, so you pay 100,000 credits for a goo box. You know, it's med gel in a big container. It looks like 2 gallons, right? Somehow you can put like 20 of these in your backpack. I can't see it. But it's okay. The way they do the math on your backpacks, you can carry it. Okay, but that's okay. So if I've got like 5 or 6 in my backpack, no big deal. And I don't want them in my backpack anyway. I want them in my med bed or in storage next to my med bed, so that if I ever need to restock, I'll have this goo, you know, that cost me 1,000,000 credits to get 10 of them. Okay. Most FPS looking good. Okay, looking way better. I'm gonna talk a lot about this. My mind is I'm a scatterbrain, so I might say something now and mean something later. So just bear with me. So, medbeds. Players can own ships that have med beds built into them. Down the road, when there is base building, hate that haircut. When there is base building, which I have no idea when that's coming online, that's not a good sign. Players will be able to build a medical facility, and they'll be able to put med beds in their medical facility. Okay, so far so good. As a player, if you want to respawn in one of these med beds, it will use up a portion of your goo. Which, so far so good. This is all working perfect. Initially, when this this feature was coming online, they took the numbers and they just copy and pasted all the way across. They weren't concerning themselves with balance.
Welcome to
right?
the
And
vehicle retrieval system.
And that's exactly what they should be doing.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Goodbye.
In the PTU. People, they're in the PTU. All they're doing is testing to make sure that it works. The numbers are going to change. Even a month from now, the numbers are going to change. Stop whining about it. Okay, that's me saying that. Okay, so they made a change based on feedback. They had said to respawn at a bed would take one whole canister. Which, that seems very reasonable to me. One canister, one respawn, 100,000 credits. Actually, if you want me to be totally honest, I think the canister should cost 1,000,000 credits. I think it should cost a lot, a huge 1,000,000. I think is a good number. 1,000,000 credits. Making respawns at a player-owned bed expensive, very expensive. Can you respawn at a hospital for 10,000 credits or lower or whatever? Yes, I think it shouldn't cost 1,000,000 credits to respawn at a hospital. I do think it should cost. I don't think it should be free. There should be a cost to regenerating anywhere. But they let the canisters at 100,000, which I still think it's an okay number. It's not. It's like I said, a step in the right direction. It's not perfect, but they doubled the capacity of the canisters. So instead of 100 units in a canister, it's now 200 units in a canister. Effectively halving the respawn cost. So you pay 100,000 and now you get 2 respawns. Okay, but then it gets worse. Injuries. Injuries
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
was half a canister. Now, if you want to think about it, you can think about it this way. It was 50,000 credits. But that was also for Tier 1, Tier 2, or even Tier 3 boo-boos, right? But that was the developer not concerning themselves with the numbers, just trying to get it to work. So they made everything 50,000. Okay. Or 50, yeah, half a canister, 50 units. But now, with the double the canister contents, I'm getting to it. It's gonna blow your mind. They halved, effectively, by doubling the contents for the same cost, they effectively halved the cost for repairs. Okay. But on top of that, which I fully expected this to happen, but not during the PTU, or maybe in the last portion of the PTU, or it's any point during the PTU, really. It didn't matter. But I fully expected them to adjust prices. And it's not half a canister for Tier 1 or Tier 2 or Tier 3. They make Tier 1 injuries half. I think it's 25,000. And then Tier 2, I think it's like 15,000. And Tier 3 is only 2,500. I'm pulling some numbers out of my butt. I'm just going off of memory. But what I'm saying is they halved the cost of the injuries at the same time, not halved, but more than halved the cost of repairing injuries at the same time as doubling the amount in a canister. So you would multiply those. So instead of the cost being halved, it's now like divided by 8 or something like that. It's going to be very cheap to repair yourself in a med bed. Okay, let me check my journal. I have it's going to be very close to one load. Let's get that one load. And hope it's not a caterpillar. Okay, it's not showing any accepted contract. I was wondering, why are you not showing me any accepted contracts? Okay, there we go. Now it's stuck. Go ahead and track it.
Hurston needs this job done quickly. Make sure you have everything you need and take care of it.
I finished the second half of my pizza right before we started streaming, and now I think I might have to go use the bathroom. So I'm going to try to get this ship back before I run off to the bathroom. Caterpillar. Whoop, wrong thing. Wrong button. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons.
I can't believe you have the gall to take a job and then abandon it. This is Carmichael. Hurston's continuing greatness relies on you. Please complete the task as assigned and on time.
If you tell me if it's a Caterpillar or a Hercules before I take the mission, then I would not have to abandon the mission. I don't think I'm going to be able to last. I think I'm going to have to get up and run off. Yep, let's do that. I'll be right back. I'm going to go do a little bit of a bio break. Okay, I'll be right back. Just give me a second. 5 minutes, maybe. All right, so I also wanted to talk a little bit about Peacemaker as well, but that's totally off topic. I've got some concerns about the medical gel. Um, we'll talk about that here in just a second. Double my stomach. That's one reason why I wear my beanie, not because my head's cold, but because what it does is it keeps the headset from this headset is like a little loose on my head, and as you just saw, when I lean back a little bit, sometimes the headset will fall off, or if I'm leaning forward, the headset will like dip down or whatever. It's not tight. I wish it was tighter. I guess I could like put a string on there and like cinch it up or something, but I'm too lazy to do that. Okay, okay, Medgel, right? Like I said, they're halving the costs. It's 50,000 to respawn in one of these beds. Yep. Caterpillar. Crap. Okay, moving on.
Don't ever do this again. I need people I can depend on. So, you're our contractor. Fine. You know what needs to be done, so let's get to it. Hurston needs to win this thing.
And okay, so 50,000, right? I think that that's not expensive enough, as I've already mentioned, right? I said I think it should be like 1,000,000 credits to respawn. Because what is a respawn? It builds all of your equipment, right? Your armor and weapons and ammo and anything on your body. It reprints all that, and it reprints your body. That looks like another caterpillar. Crap. I ain't doing a caterpillar mission. Okay, so that's my first concern. I think it's too cheap. If it becomes super cheap, which currently they're planning on it being super cheap, it literally cheapens the experience. It basically means that if you don't make it consequential, if you don't make it matter, then why bother implementing any rule at all? Just make it free for everybody.
Carmichael here. You have an obligation to Hurston and to me to finish a contract you accept. Carmichael here. You have the details. Hurston appreciates your diligence.
I'm trying not to go to the Pyro Gateway. I'm trying to go to this beacon. Yep, looks like I'm going to have to plot a course. Another concern is the new player, right? A new player that jumps in to the game is not going to have 50,000 credits or 100,000 credits or 1,000,000 credits to respawn. But that's not really a problem. That's an artificial problem or a non sequitur, because a starting player should not have a med bed that he is trying to respawn at. A new player should always be using the medical facilities until he gets enough credits to buy a ship that has a med bed. Okay, I think this might be good. I think we found one. There it is. We found it. No, wait. The wrong one's targeted. There we go. But we still found it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so the concern is a new player is not going to be able to respawn using a player-owned medbed because he's not going to have 100,000 credits. Unless, of course, he spent money. He's got some panthers there. Hey, Sean. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I think I'm gonna... EVA over here. I agree. You should work to get a foothold in the game so it's balanced for veterans and newbies. Absolutely. Right? The plan was originally like you pay $45 to buy the game and you get like the bare basic ship, and you have to work your way up and get bigger and better ships as you go. But early, and that's the way it will eventually be. But right now they're trying to fund the development of the game. So they make all these ships for the game that you normally would be able to buy in-game available on their website. This isn't the elevator, is it? No. Is it? No. Is it? I don't think it is. I don't know where I'm at. That's probably a landing gear. Ah, there's the elevator. Floating through space. Yep, elevator. Not close enough. I'm tapping W. See, when you see it like zoom in a little bit, like that, that's me tapping F. Eventually, I'll be within range for it. Aha! Aha! Okay, so we got the elevator. So I still think it should cost a bunch more, because by the time a player can afford a medbed ship, he's going to have a bunch of credits in his account. So he's going to be able to afford the respawns. There was a fourth. There was a third element of this. I'm trying to remember. The cost. The ship. Oh, here. Claiming of ships. Okay, ships have insurance, right? If, and this is a big if I have a ship and it blows up or something, when I claim the ship, is the medbed full or empty? If it is full when it gets claimed, then what will happen, knowing the way players are, they will use the medbed because it's got the med goo in it. Then they will self-destruct their ship, claim their ship for free, and get their medbed refilled. And they'll do that over and over and over and over again. So there would be no cost to getting their medbed refilled. All they would do is just file an insurance claim. So I have a concern with that. So medical ships, when they get claimed, their medical facilities should be empty. Or they could implement a charge to claim the ship equal to the cost of replenishing the medbed. Okay, we're having a problem. I can't jump. There must be an obstruction. It says obstructed. Okay. All right. I'm not going to Stanton. Oh my gosh. Whoops, I keep pressing the wrong button. Doesn't look like it's much of a distance that I'm going to have to travel to get an unobstructed path. Nope, we're still obstructed. There's an OM. Should be pretty cool. So, okay, that's all I'm saying. They've reduced the cost of the respawns and repairs to your body using player-owned med beds, which I'm okay either way because I think it's a step in the right direction to start charging for respawns. I think it's too cheap, but I think experimentation and economy, the work with the economy and stuff like that will eventually determine what the right cost is. Right now, we don't really know. But 50,000 for a respawn, that seems reasonable. I just wish it was more. I'm not going to make it by the time they close this thing. Maybe I'll make it. I made it! Yay! Yay, verily, yay. About to sneeze. Excusez-moi. Alright, so I've done this enough times to remember to open the exterior, power off the shields. I've only got one load. This should put me right at the number. I hope it puts me right at the number. Guess we'll see. Sometimes these elevators have like invisible force fields and sometimes they don't. I don't know what causes that. I don't know what, if I'm sure it's a bug. Okay, I've got a range problem here. I can't get past that halfway mark. So this one has a force field that's halfway through the... See, I can't get past that like wall. Once I get past it, now I can start placing it. Come here, you quartz. Yep, there's a wall there. I gotta get past it before I can start laying bricks. Which I'm okay with. It's not that far to walk. Took a little finagling to get that to work. Iron. Looks like it's locked in. A lot of times when it's sitting beside another box, it won't move because they're like, it's attached not only to the floor, but to the side box as well. See, I can't see right where that... I wish there was a way to lower this so that I could see where I'm pointing. I want to go 4 high. Because I'm cool like that. There's no way for me to get down. I guess there would be if I was using like a track IR. Which, I have track IR, but I don't use it because the cable. There is something called Tobii eye tracker. I've been thinking about picking one of them up. But I've always been afraid to use that while wearing glasses. Somebody had a video where he had glasses on and it was working just fine. I guess I'm going 3. Where it tracks where you're looking on the screen and you can move your head. It'll move your head in game. So you can lean, you can pop up, go down, just like track IR, but it doesn't need a cable. what it does is it mounts to the bottom of your monitor, and it tracks your face and your eyes. I don't know why that literally is. It was literally sitting on top of the box. Okay. Bouncing against the wall like a basketball. So let's. I don't know if you follow much of Charlie Kirk, but I mean, I listen to what he has to say. But something has happened right now while he was at the campus speaking with students. What happened? What do you mean, what happened? He's been in Tennessee this last. Well, I saw a couple of videos where he went to a couple of Tennessee, where I'm in Tennessee, where he goes to some Tennessee campuses and talks. Basically, talks about some of the things that's wrong with this world. Okay, I almost can get that into the corner. Just because this thing is so long. But it won't get past that halfway force field until I get... Perfect. Breaking news? Did he get shot or something? I wouldn't put it past a Democrat to do that. No respect for human life. Well, whatever it is, I hope he's all right. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't, you know, but I agree with most of the things he says. Can I not? I must not be past the halfway point. There we go. Just to make him the same length. Some people don't like the whole box moving gameplay or whatever. I don't mind it. I mean, I'm not saying it's like as exciting as going on to a medical facility and all the inmates or whatever, you know, I'm just making stuff up. But it also doesn't cost me 50,000 credits to respawn. Okay, I must not be past the halfway. All right. This thing apparently is acting like it's got a scan range. See, I can grab some things and then it just won't move because it's too far away. I was getting ready to make a dad joke. I was going to say, this is a long one. And then I was going to say, that's what she said. I'm making my own jokes now. It looks like that's the case. Oh no. I hope he's okay. So, Peacemaker. I want to talk about Peacemaker. So, I know you guys probably are nerds like me, and you probably watch a lot of like superhero movies, or maybe you don't. But you know, like the new Superman and all that. James Gunn. Well, he also makes a TV series called Peacemaker. And I'm gonna spoil a little bit. So if you're a big fan of Peacemaker, and you haven't seen the episodes, then I'm sorry, but I am gonna spoil something. And a lot of it is just my opinion too, so that's not really spoiler. That's just an observation. What is this show, Peacemaker? Okay, Peacemaker is a DC Comics hero. But you might consider him like a secondary character. He's not a Batman Superman level character. He's kind of a secondary type of a character. But John Cena is playing the character Peacemaker, and he's actually doing a pretty good job of it. Now, I don't like Peacemaker. What the hell are you doing over here, Box? I don't like Peacemaker because he's a good hero, or because the story is good, or whatever. I watch because most of the time it's funny. They're really offhanded jokes and silliness going on screen. And I like that. I like lighthearted, things like that. And, okay, I've got to walk past the center line. Get that box to stick. And if you haven't seen, did you see the Suicide Squad? Which is another one of those DC superhero movies. He's in the Suicide Squad. It only has like a mild. he's the same character, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the story. Um, 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 it's not like, I think DC has got their own streaming service, or at least they used to. It might be on HBO. Or not Paramount or Peacock, or I don't know. I don't know what streaming. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what streaming service it's on. But it's a super popular TV show. Everybody's watching it. And it's on its second season. If you saw the movie Superman, which James Gunn did as well. Oh, I didn't put it right up next to it. Peacemaker had a cameo in the Superman movie. So now everybody is saying, oh, so Peacemaker is officially in the new DCU, right? Okay, this thing's a piece of shit. And it's only because there's this invisible force field that goes right down the center line. And you can't put stuff on that center line. That's not where I wanted it, but I'll take it. He's kind of an anti-hero in a way. His whole idea is he kills people. He kills bad guys for peace. It's kind of funny. He goes, I want peace at all costs, no matter how many people I have to kill. But my point is, in this new season, it doesn't seem like it's not going to affect anything. It's not spoilery. It's just an opinion. Well, this part, it might be spoilery. But in the first season, they reveal that his father has a dimensional door that takes him into a pocket universe where he stores all of his tech, and they call it like a quantum unfolding chamber or something like that, but it's basically in the closet. And in season 2 they expand upon that. And they say that that his father's not the only one that has access to this alternate closet, right? There are a number of other doors. There's 100 actually. I think they actually say 99 other doors. Yeah, I can't get to that spot. That ain't good. There we go. There we go. There we go. So the premise behind the second season is Peacemaker goes through one of these doors and he finds a mirror universe that's exactly like the one he left. And it goes into his door, goes into Peacemaker's door in the other universe. Okay, so I'm gonna try to avoid as much spoilers as I can. But so he goes to this other universe, and he sees that it's basically a better universe, right? It's everybody loves him. He's a hero and not a F-up. He's his family is still alive. You know, there's a lot of good things. He's got a girlfriend. Blah, 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 right? Okay. So he's thinking to himself, I might want to stay in this universe. You know, and abandon his own universe or whatever. But the point I'm getting ready to make is there's got to be something wrong with this other universe. It's too good to be true. Right? We're all like, okay, everything is just too good. And then on this latest video, the latest episode, episode 3 of season 2, I didn't notice this. A reviewer, somebody who watches and reacts to these videos, made a comment. And as soon as he made this comment, I was like, he is absolutely right. That changes my entire outlook on this show. Or at least this episode of this show. What that is he points this out. We got Universe 1, which is where we are at, where Peacemaker's at, and Superman is at. And then there's Universe 2, which is where he goes through this door and he goes to this universe. In Universe 2, there are no black, brown, Hispanic, Japanese, Chinese. Everyone is white. And I didn't even notice it. Because the way they go back and forth from the universes, you know, there's agents in Universe 1 that are black or Hispanic or whatever. And then they go to Universe 2 and he's saving a bunch of people out of the DMV and all that. And I'm like, you know, not really. I don't see things in the lens of a racist, right? So I didn't see that there was no black people in Universe 2. The streamer, who is Hispanic himself, and I watch him like on the regular, he points out, he goes, hey, talking to his wife, do you see any black or brown people in this episode? And she's like, no, I haven't. And then I thought about it. I'm like, no, I haven't either. What's going on? Oh, is that past the force field? It might be. Yep. And then so I went back and I watched the episode again, and there are black people in Universe 1. There's agents and just people on the street or whatever. But in Universe 2, not one, nowhere. None of the agents working for Argus, none of the police officers, none of the victims, none of the terrorists. Nobody is black or brown or any other color other than white. That tells me, well, now we know what the problem is with that other universe. Somebody, one of these streamers that I've never heard of before, I only went to their stream because their title, they were talking about the hidden secret. And I was like, oh, there's a hidden secret. Maybe they're talking about what I am talking about. And they mentioned the fact that there's no non-whites. And they stated that in DC, the DC Comics, there is a dimension where the Nazis win. And you have what's a Nazi America or whatever. And this could very easily be one of those dimensions. That would be a really cool twist. Wait, what just happened? Where'd that box go? It probably fell through the floor. If you haven't figured it out, I'm putting everything on one elevator. I'm not doing a front and back load like I've been doing. I've decided I'm just going to do all on one elevator. And if that's the case, maybe they've put them all in camps. Maybe they've executed them, concentration camp style. Who knows? Alright, those are all the boxes. Except for one that probably fell through the floor. There you are. Why won't it target that? I mean, I had it snap up there at the top, but it's... I accept that, even though it's a bad placement. I'm just going to leave it. There's one way to get my box to go flying. There's another one that went flying. Yeah, I thought I saw a box go fly over here. Okay, now I'm gonna go look by hand. See, that box doesn't look like it's in the right spot. How is that gonna... It's not gonna work. I just saw it move. Let's see what happens. It's probably going to give me an error. No. I am amazed. I hear boxes bouncing around in there.
This is Hurston again. Just got word that the higher-ups approved a bonus to help keep you motivated. We expect you to work even harder after this.
Actually, I'm done with you, Hurston. $28.34 out of $28.26. If I'm going to do any more cargo runs, it's going to be for Microtech, because I want that. But look how far behind we are. We're almost 100,000. No, that's 100 million. Holy crap, we're way behind. At least these guys are very close to getting third place. And we definitely have second place, and I don't think we're going to be able to get up there. But that's all right. How's it go? That's all right. Don't you worry about me. I'm doing it analog. Yeah, so even though Peacemaker loves that second world, I really think that once he finds out that it's broken the way it is, he'll decide to go back to Universe 1.
Crusader Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
Self-destruct on. Now, I looked up the cost of that ship right there to purchase it in game. It's 28 million. I like that ship. I like that ship quite a bit. So I might actually work my way up to a Hercules. Hercules. All right, I think I'm going to go try to complete one more ASD mission. But we're going to go to Microtech first.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I'm going to bring my walker home with me. I think I've got the Hurston paint job on my ship. If not, I have the Starscape. Yeah, that's the Hurston one. The Arccore one is too pink. It's not red enough. I really did not think that I was going to complete all 4 of the factions. And that was because early on, the elevators weren't working. And I couldn't get any cargo. But with this new mission that gets you 450 cargo at a time, and something to carry it, because even if I had 450 cargo, I couldn't carry it in this ship. And this is my biggest cargo ship. This right here, that's my biggest cargo capacity that I own. That's not true. I've got a Carrack, and a Carrack can carry 500. It just takes forever to load and unload that thing. Okay, what's my fuel like?
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Says 0. Well, I know that's not true.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
There we go. 100%.
Landing gear raised.
New baggage. Okay, be straight on. Nice. Okay, next topic. I wanted to talk about weapons in Star Citizen. I did a flight school, and the last video I kind of briefly went over weapons and their capabilities and how they interact with the armor and the shields and the hull and stuff like that. Basically giving just a general overview of the weapons. In the newest PTU, they how do I say this? They refactored the weapons to do exactly what I said they were doing in my video. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my video that I made, if you've watched it or not, but at the beginning and throughout the video, I say things that are not currently true. Not because I'm lying, but because I want that video to be as close to the truth as I could possibly make it for when all of these features are in the game the way the developers and Chris Roberts primarily wants it. If they don't want ballistic weapons to do X, Y, or Z, I'm not gonna, but in the game currently, they do X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna say in my video that ballistic weapons do X, Y, and Z. I'm gonna say they don't. So So my point is, it might currently not be the truth, but it's the planned truth. Okay. So the one thing that I talked about was one of the things that I talked about was ballistic weapons and energy weapons and how they interact with your shield, the hull, and the armor. And I said that energy weapons are absorbed by the shields, and shields will go down as you strike somebody with an energy weapon because it's all going to shields. But a ballistic weapon will hit your ship and the shields will absorb some of that damage. Very little of it, actually. Ballistics pretty much just go through shields like butter. But that's why you have armor on your ship. Armor in the game currently is not actually physicalized on your ship. All it is currently is a multiplier to damage. So, in a negative way. So, like 25% off. So, like you hit somebody with 100 points of damage. If they have armor, you'll do 75 points of damage, even though there's no armor actually on the ship. But that's not what I said. I said, armor absorbs X, shields absorb X, ballistic weapons, they penetrate shields and do damage to armor, and then they do damage to your hull after it gets through the armor. And so you have ballistic weapons will be able to do the most damage even if you've got shields up. And I said some people like to use energy weapons because you don't have to replenish the ammo. Your power plant just creates ammo over time. But it does very little damage to the ship because these ships have shields and they absorb it all. Where on the side of the ballistics, it travels slower, so there's more lead time. There's also, when it hits, the majority of it will go through the shield and it will hit your armor. So even though you're shooting at somebody and their shields are at 100%, you can still do damage to them. Currently, that's not the case. Currently, shields absorb everything, and ballistics still require ammo. So once you run out of ammo, you're screwed. Well, this 4.31 or 431 is going to introduce ballistic penetration of shields, and you can actually kill ships that have all their shields up because you'll be doing damage to them from the jump. And as soon as that was announced, I was proud of myself. I was like, yay! I'm not a complete retard. I know what's going on in this universe. And I spoke correctly. Because it's true, I know what's going on in this universe. Not specifically what's currently in the game, because I don't pay attention to that. But what I do pay attention to is when Chris says, well, when the game goes live, we want our ships to be able to do this and to do that. And currently we don't have the technology to figure that out just yet, but we're working on it. That tells me I know exactly where he's trying to go with his game.
Landing gear deployed.
Am I not facing the right direction? I don't think I am. But it's all good. We'll be able to get in. Slow down, slow down. Don't slam into the dirt. I have my gear down, don't I? Yep. Okay. Making sure. Yeah, I only need 20 more million. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Because I don't take missions that pay off a ton of money. Okay, what am I trying to do? Landing services? Get some quantum fuel? You have to do the landing services from the pilot's seat. So if I got up and walked out, I would not be able to access the terminal that lets you refuel. Look at the right arm, look at the left arm, and let's go. Okay, for me to get all the rewards from that last mission, I have to log out and log back in from the launcher, but I don't need to do that because the rewards that I received, that can wait till the next time I log in. Okay, so let's see what I've got on me. I've got 6 magazines and a bunch on my waist. I've got a repair tool, which I definitely need. I don't think I need a tractor beam at all. Ever. For this mission anyway. So I think I'm going to put the tractor beam away.
Hey, it's Arkin. Glad you're back on board. I keep poring over
Notice
that
how the
last
voice
batch of
changed?
data you pulled from Onyx. There's a picture forming, but it's hazy. Still not sure what or where Yoren's hiding. We need more info to bring everything into focus, so you're going back in. Start making your way, and I'll be in touch.
That should do me. Alright guys, we are going back to the Onyx facility. I have to get a hard drive. I could have swore that I've already done that. But I didn't get credit for it. From what I gather, from what I see. So I'm just going to go in and do it again.
Welcome to Roman Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Is that a storm rolling in? Nah, it's just a cloud.
Landing gear raised.
Then I'm going back in. But I don't see the beacon anywhere. What? That's finished. I got credit for it, I thought. But they didn't pay me? Is that what this is saying? I don't care. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm tracking it. We kind of look around for Jorrit. If not, we'll just go power off. The jump drive, that is. And power back on. Okay, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, where does this say to go? Retrieve the energy anomaly data. Right, travel at Onyx. Does it say where? Going to be on a moon somewhere. Which moon? I don't know. Could drop the contract and then reacquire it. Whoops. Hate to do it, but track. Being that it's my only quest, let's see if it pops up. Did not. S4C7. Oh, and see, there it is. It appeared.
You're quitting, eh? Wouldn't be the first wannabe investigator who couldn't hack it, and you won't be the last.
I couldn't hack it because I didn't know where I was supposed to go.
Hey, it's Arkin. Glad you're back on board. I keep poring over that last batch of data you pulled from Onyx. There's a picture forming, but it's hazy. Still not sure what or where you're hiding. We need more info to bring everything into focus, so you're going back in. Start making your way, and I'll be in touch.
Euterpe. Okay.
So, here's what I'm thinking. The engineering wing has a bunch of sensors used to monitor the facility. You pull the data from them, and I should be able to check for any anomalies in the last few months. Only problem, and it's a big one, is that the area is dangerously radioactive. So you'll need to figure something out for that.
Glanced over at my hydration. It looks pretty good. I don't need to drink anything while I'm here right now. All right. This shouldn't take that long because I know exactly what I need to do. All right, here we go. This is it. What is that? I can't tell. It's either a shotgun or a machine gun. There's weapons laying all over the place. I'm curious, what is that? It's red alert something or other. Looks like a shotgun. Just throw it to the ground. Oh, where'd he go? Ah, there he is. I think they've got 3. There it is. Excuse me. Hopefully I muted that in time. It was pretty loud. No injuries detected. That's what I like. Man, I'm a horrible shot. What's going on? It was moving around on me. I guess I could have held my breath, but... Oh, I've got a ways to go. It's not on this end of the complex. Normally it's like right here. Okay, which I'm okay with. Okay, I have a feeling they're going to come for me. Take every opportunity to maximize my ammo count. Who shot at me? I know there's a bunch of them over there. Look at all these bodies. Okay, this is the first time I've had to go over here. I don't mind doing it. It's just the first time I've had to do it. I don't know, which one am I supposed to be repairing? This one, right?
Fabrication arrest accepted. Beginning fabrication. Please stand by.
Looks like you got the data we need. The last step is to deliver it as soon as you can.
Process complete. Item successfully fabricated.
Keep my eyes up. Whoop. Like I said, keep my eyes open. I couldn't lead that guy. No! Can I get him? I bet you the answer is no. My lungs. No, what is that? Radiation suit. Okay. Okay, it's going up. What does that mean? It's at 74%. Does that mean it's good or is that bad? So now it's at 94%. Let's see if it starts damaging me. Nope, it went away. Oh, I got a tier 3 injury on my arm. Tier 3 is like a boo-boo. I hope I'm going the right way. I don't remember. Did I just go around in a circle? I think I took the wrong turn. Minor injury detected. Tier 3 treatment required. Suggested drugs. Is there a difficulty level in... No. There is not a difficulty level. Or is the certain areas the players are harder than others? Yes. Don't take missions that you can't handle. That's the idea. Bring a friend. Someone who can watch your back. Now, the last time I brought this disc back, it didn't finish the mission. That's why I had to... Well, actually, I had a server error. And the server caused me not to be able to finish the mission. Hey, it's daylight now.
Landing gear raised.
And that says deliver it to Port Tressler. It doesn't say the New Babbage freight elevator. It says specifically Port Tressler. You know what? But I'm going to select New Babbage because it's right below Port Tressler. It might actually let me jump there. And I noticed my aiming was way off, and I looked down and my FPS is horrible. So I have a feeling that there was a delay between what I was doing, what inputs I was giving, and what was happening on the screen. So that just gives me incentive to get a newer computer faster. I want so many things. Come on, where are you at, Port Tressler? I know you're over here. There you are. Oh, I'm in queue. I was like, it says I got a Kinger. No, it doesn't. It says I'm in queue. Oh, wait. It's right here. Okay, with the FPS being so bad, I gotta really be careful. Because I could give it input and then all of a sudden I slam into the back wall. Because I might not be seeing what the game is seeing. So I'm going to be extra careful. You know what? I'm going to do this a different way. Last time I did it, I had to like get it out, put it in my hand. I had to drop it on the floor. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to go to the inventory. And then from here, I've got the data drive. Now the data drive is in my inventory. I could have swore I picked up 3 of those. But now it shows 3. Don't really know what they're used for. Okay, so now it's on my inventory. So now when I go to the freight elevator, I should be able to drag from my inventory onto the freight elevator. I just have to locate it. Is that it right there? There it is. Simple enough. So now when I go to the elevator, it should show the data drive, and then I'm just going to lower it. And that should end. There it is. That should do it.
Thanks for dropping the data off. I'm hoping that the sensors managed to pick up something anomalous, and then we can start putting together a clearer pattern. I'll be in touch again soon.
Sounds good. Reason why I'm leaving the hangar is I'm going to the medical facility. Medical facility. I probably should do a little more painting as well. So we're probably going to end it here. Nice helmet. I should turn on voice and say, cool helmet. And there's the med facility. Someone needs to pick up this cart. Don't say room 0. Dang, it says room 0. Ah, room 0. Okay. Plus my FPS is tanked like crazy low. So this might be prime time in Australia. Where would it not be prime time? The UK? Well, I've made a vow never to use the European server. Ever. So let's try USA. Yeah, let's try USA. I almost never go to USA. And like I said, you just saw me drink a Prime. I did that video where I did a energy drink comparison. I bought like a case of each of the flavors, or I should say each of the brands. And so I had like 6 cases of energy drinks. So I didn't need, I'm probably not going to have to buy any more energy drinks for at least a week. Don't be Korea? No. What did I think? I think Asia, right? That's, believe it or not, there's a big following in China for Star Citizen. China, Japan, maybe Korea. I don't know. I don't know how they break it down. But I can tell you that the FPS is just as bad here as it was over there. It's the same, actually. Horrible. Same cart on the ground. That's not a good sign. Room 0. Room 0. Wait, this is USA, right?
Urgent page for Nurse Radcliffe. Report to emergency. Nurse Radcliffe to emergency.
Wife's home from work. Yeah, let's go ahead and try Asia. That might be the play. I should look it up somewhere. What countries are actually in those server areas? I think it's not the countries. I think it's the location of the server that you are connecting to. So like the Australian server is located somewhere in Australia. The one in the US is located, I think it's in Philadelphia, but it's somewhere in the United States. UK is probably the European server. It's probably UK, East Coast, Australia, and then Asia could be located anywhere. I'm going to look it up. Give me a second. I'm going to pull up my Nimue assistant. She would know. Hello, Nimue.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander.
I've got a question about the Star Citizen server locations. Where is the Asia server located?
The Aegis server? In-game, it's just a name for one of the Pyro gateways.
No. The game servers, the one in Asia.
The Aegis server isn't in Asia. It's actually in Singapore, even for players in Australia or Indonesia. Ping's still playable if you're east of Tokyo, But if you're India or Central Asia, you'll feel the lag. CIG uses Google's compute centers, and that's their nearest node to us. So yeah, Asia servers optimistic marketing.
Well, I get good results in the Asia server. Like right now, I'm getting 4 times the FPS.
4 times? That's not server lag, that's magic. Unless you're in Singapore, I'd say the Asia queue just has fewer idiots quantum tunneling through your hull. Or maybe the US servers are busy spawning in 12,000 NPCs who all need to pee at once. Either way, ride it while it lasts. Tomorrow, it'll be a slideshow again.
Oh no. Thank you. I appreciate all your input.
Anytime. Just don't quote me if they patch it and blame you.
Oh, I got the jokes today. Okay, thank you.
You know me. Always good for a punchline and a ping complaint. Let me know when you're done unloading or ready to jump systems. I'll be here. Buff.
Cut her off. Oh my gosh. Singapore, I know, right? Yep, I'm in Asia and I'm getting 4 times, well, 3 times. The closer I get to the medical bay, it's dropping. Maybe it's the medical bay. Yeah, this is like draining my FPS.
And now you're telling me that it might kill me? Do you know how many credits I got sunk into this?
I'm listening.
You know, you're not the most important person in the verse. There are other people waiting.
This is a reminder that patience.
You let me leave that message on there? Okay. What's unusual is, in this verse, green is actually first aid. Oh, what's she saying?
How am I supposed to know if some of the weird side effects suddenly pops up? Like everyone with an imprint suddenly drops dead.
Fine, I'll see what I can do.
Attention, emergency staff.
Oh, okay. It's only because she's a pretty girl, right?
Yeah, not a chance of that happening. You're pretty much out of luck.
I want to talk to a doctor or a scientist or someone who knows what the hell is going on. How am I supposed to know if some of the weird side effects suddenly pops up? Like everyone with an imprint suddenly drops dead.
You said the exact same thing
Fine.
twice.
I'll let my manager know. They'll send you a comm or something.
You can tell me who the hell's gonna fix this? I splashed out God knows how many credits to get a platinum level regen package, and now I'm hearing that this shit won't even work.
I've had enough of you. You're done. Get out of here.
Dang, medic. The nurse is like mean. No empathy. Okay, who's next? Me? I want to be next. Can I be next?
Sorry, there's nothing I can do.
What? I'd like a room, please.
Nope. Can't do anything for you.
Damn. Okay. Whenever it says room 0, basically it means all the rooms are clogged up or they're broken or nobody can use them. Now, currently I can hold backspace down. It will kill me and it will respawn me at my current imprint location, which I need to hurry up and maybe change that. Because I think I've got it marked at on Hurston.
Hey.
And I don't want that. I want the regen to be at New Babbage or back to my regular home. See, Everest Harbor. I'm going to transfer it. I can transfer it here to Port Tressler, but I don't really want to. Primary residence, reset. There. So now, if I die, I'll respawn back at my home port. I seen that guy walking around. And you can just, I could just backspace and respawn, and then all my injuries will be gone because I would be a fresh body or whatever. But that's another thing that in 4.3.1, I think at 4.3.1, they're going to eliminate the capability to backspace. So people can't just commit suicide so that they can respawn willy-nilly wherever they want. Yeah, my FPS is horrible. And the only reason why I was switching servers, not because of the FPS, but because of the room 0. I'm going to try it again. Where have I not been? The UK. Let's try the UK. I'm not going to be flying around getting griefed or anything, so it should be okay. When you start to see big numbers in the, a 4 is a big number, but when you start to see numbers appear on the server queue, that tells you that there are people other than yourself waiting to get into the queue, which implies it's pretty packed. I just want to heal up before I log out. Yes. Whenever you're knocked unconscious and you're incapacitated, you can't move, you have an option to request medical assistance or to respawn. So if you do not, and right now the default is an hour and a half. If medical assistance doesn't show up within an hour and a half, you're automatically respawned. So I guess you bleed out or whatever. There are players that will currently in the game, the only ones that can respond to that medical assistance are players. In the future, they will have NPCs that can come out there with ambulances or whatever and rescue you. But right now, it's just players that will come out, get your body, carry you back to a space station, or they will, if they have one of those ships with beds in it that we were talking about earlier, they can put you in their bed, because you can drag people right now. You can grab them by the nape of their neck and you can drag them. So people will drag you to their ship and respawn you, or repair you, or heal you. Somebody's talking on their mic. You hear that? It's in a foreign language too. So then again, I am in the EU server, right? Yeah, I don't recognize that language that somebody is babbling. If they're, I'm going to go back to my original Australian server. If the if it's room 0, then I'm just going to log out with an injury, and the next time I log in, I'll have to go get repaired. Oh, let's try that. Yes. 9. I don't know why they would consider Wizardly Climate is the name of the server. See, it dropped to 3. That's pretty quick. John, do you watch my Pendragon games? I'm trying to remember if you're one of those fans of my RPGs. Because if you do, I just put out a recap video. Getting everybody caught up. Plus, I have which I can probably check. Do that right now. Nope, nobody in Roll20 has dropped me a message saying that they wanted to join. If I get a message tomorrow, it'll be too late. I'm not making a character the same day that I play. Tonight, I wouldn't mind making a character, but not... Oh. Wow. Okay, see, right here on this floor, I have like really high FPS. Once I get down to the lobby, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so check out the recap. That might help you out if you missed a couple episodes.
Red striped shirt, red and white hat, and glasses. Would you please contact the front desk to let us know where you spotted them?
Oh, wait, patient check-in. Aha.
Attention. Would the head nurse please report to Med Station 4? Head nurse to Med Station 4.
Forget that stress. Just relax. Everyone here at Kelto RX is going to take great care of you. Just by being here, you're already taking an important step on the road to wellness.
You made it.
Whether it's a simple case of sniffles or something more serious, getting the right treatment has never been easier. You need a price you're gonna love. Kelto RX.
All right, guys. Well, that's what we're going to call it. I got my medical treatment and fully healed. I got my mission finished. I want to see, is there is more. Okay. Okay, there's more Jorit, and this one pays more, so explore the research wing and retrieve the security data delivered at Port Trustler. Be wary of possible hostiles. You know there is going to be hostiles.
How about the traffic today? Took me twice as long to get here.
Okay, so there's more of that ASD. I might be doing that later tonight. All right, guys. Catch you later, and you guys take care.